Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nadiah and welcome to another series of Economics TV. So for today's episode, we'll be discussing about one of the most recent news that appeared on the Star News in this early December, the increase in cost of product due to wet weather. It is reported that vegetables and seafoods now cost more due to a drop in yield caused by the rainy season, and if the bad weather persists, prices are expected to soar even higher for the Chinese New Year period. Kuala Lumpur Vegetable Wholesalers Association President Wong Keng Fat said the price of the vegetables has started increasing recently by between 10% and 20%, but would rise if there were floods. Ken Wei, who runs Agro Bright Farm, said distributors were the main cause of the rising prices of vegetables. Seafood supplier North Ocean Holdings Sidian Berhad Director Candice Goh said the price of fish had been increasing due to the weather and higher post-pandemic consumer demand. It is also reported in the news that large-scale gatherings such as weddings, company dinners and anniversaries after the country began the transition to COVID-19 endemicity have pushed up demand for seafood, which is also likely to cost more for the Chinese New Year. So now, what do you think the economics concept that we can relate to this news? The answer is the concept of market forces, which are demand and supply. So in this video, I will explain briefly about the concept of demand and supply as well as market equilibrium. Basically, demand and supply analysis are qualitative forecasting tools that we can use to predict the trends in competitive markets, including changes in the prices of our business products, related products, and the prices of input that are necessary to our business operation. The law of demand stated that price and quantity are inversely related, meaning as the price of a good increase, all other factors remain constant, the quantity demanded of the good decrease. Take a look at this market demand schedule. When the price goes down to 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10 ringgit, the quantity demanded for fish increase. When you plot this point in the graph, you will get a market demand curve. It is downward sloping, which represents the law of demand. There are a few factors that can affect the demand. One of the factors is price, and it can lead to change in the quantity demanded. In graph, this type of change can be shown by a movement along a given demand curve. Other changing factors other than price, such as income, price of related goods, advertising, expectations, and many more, lead to change in demand. In graph, it is represented by a shift of the entire demand curve, whether to the left, which shows decrease in demand, which means at every single price, people want to buy less. The curve shift to the right, which shows increase in demand, which means at every single price, people want to buy more. Moving on to the concept of supply, the law of supply stated that there is a direct relationship between price and quantity supplied, in which, as the price of a good increase, the quantity supplied increase as well. This is because an increase in price gives incentives to producers to produce more because they want to make more profit. The supply curve is upward sloping. There are a few factors that can affect the supply as well, and again, when there's a change in price, in graph it can be shown by movement along the curve. Other factors other than price, such as input prices, technology, government regulations, producer expectations, and many more, will shift the supply curve either to the right, which shows increase in supply, and to the left, which shows decrease in supply. Now, what is market equilibrium? It is when quantity demanded is equal to quantity supplied at a given price. Take a look at this market demand and supply schedule. The market equilibrium is at 30 ringgit when both quantity supplied and quantity demanded are equal. In graph, the intersection between the demand curve and the supply curve is the market equilibrium, meaning that the amount of the sellers want to sell is equal to the amount of the buyers want to buy. The market equilibrium changes all the time as supply and demand conditions change. In the news, we know that the supply of vegetables and seafoods are affected due to the rainy seasons. In this case, the supply of this product will decrease. At the same time, the news stated that the prices are expected to soar even higher for the Chinese New Year period. This shows how the demand of the products by the consumers will increase. Now, let's assume that the market is in equilibrium, and this is the initial equilibrium point. Apply the concept before, due to the Chinese New Year festival, the demand of the products will increase. Therefore, it shifts the demand curve to the right. And then, when the supply of the product decreases, therefore, the supply curve will shift to the left. The new equilibrium point is at A1. As you can see here, the price of the products will increase, and this supports the statement of the news which stated vegetables and seafood now cost more due to a drop in yield caused by the rainy seasons. And if the bad weather persists, prices are expected to soar even higher for the Chinese New Year period. Now, it's time for self-reflections. In my opinion, as a Khalifah, all business managers should be positive and sabar, as well as make a proper planning to overcome any issues of their businesses. Furthermore, the news has reported that the distributor is the main cause of the rising price of the products. In my opinion, the act of overcharging price should not be done, since it is an amanah for every business manager to charge a fair price to their customers. The government also plays an important role in combating this issue. They can impose price restrictions such as price ceilings. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you for watching, and see you again in the next video. Bye!